Cortney, we had a media day a couple of weeks ago, right? And you were Skyping with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And you were wearing a gi. Was that by chance or was that a little bit of a message there?
No, that was definitely by chance.
Yeah.
I just got done training, actually. I was actually in between drilling and going into the rolling session. So I was like right in between then. So I like had to hop out of the gym and go in the car and take the interview. But yeah, I train in the gi every day. Every other day is our
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we were
Not a message, not sending any subliminal messages or anything. Yeah, I train in the gi all through camp every day. Every other day is a gi day. So yeah.
Yeah, we were just in a room full of Brazilians, obviously. We were like, sometimes they do that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I literally was in the car and I got done. I was like, that probably looks really weird. Like,
No. It was a gi. We're used to it. We've seen way worse. You have said in the past that your priority was to put on good fights, exciting fights. And you even you never name names, but you said that some fighters maybe are put on boring fights or kind of just that wrestling heavy style, but you're not. With Claudia, judging by her style, do you think that this has a potential to be a very exciting matchup?
Absolutely. I think any fight with Claudia is a potential to be a good fight and an exciting fight. She's very well-rounded. She's very strong, as we know. So I think as long as you don't let her get settled on her top game, if it does go to the ground, then there's always that potential for a scramble and to get it back to the feet. And again, her stand-up's great, her wrestling's great, her jiu-jitsu's great, so I feel like I'm right there with her everywhere it goes, so I definitely think it's going to be a great fight.
Do you think she may be looking past you for this one? I mean, she was very clear that you were not her first choice for this one. Do you think that maybe she's just...
she's the #1 ranked fighter. She wants to fight top-ranked girls, and she should fight top-ranked girls, but also in that kind of position, no one's trying to go after Joanna. No one's calling out Joanna wanting to fight her either. If it comes, it comes. But definitely, everyone would rather fight Joanna than Claudia, because if they lose to Claudia, then that title shot gets further pushed behind. So, a lot of people are protecting their not only their record but their career as well. Our division's really big, and we have a lot of girls sitting on the shelves in between fights. And I think you got to take the fights that are given to you. And so far, every time Shelby's asked me to fight, I've said yes.
And you've mentioned that you don't think this will necessarily give you a title shot, but it's a leap because you're fighting a really ranked. Where do you think it puts you? And when you took that fight, were you thinking about that?
I really wasn't thinking about the rankings. I was just thinking about the opponent and that opportunity. But I definitely think with a win over her, I definitely think it should put me in the top 5 for sure.
And you're a bigger, rangier fighter than the rest of the division. She's aware of that. She'll say that you're bigger, heavier. How do you plan to use that against her on Saturday?
Again, you just utilize the range, keep it more my pace than hers. But other than that, I'm there to put on a show. I'm happy no matter where it goes. Of course, I want to implement my game plan as best I can, but sometimes, you're preparing for a fight that doesn't end up happens a different way, and you got to make adjustments on the fly, and I'm pretty good at doing that, so I definitely think no matter how the fight goes, it's going to be a good fight.
And you're a 2-2 fighter, but you took your first fight on super short notice, 8 days. The second one was a really close call that not many people will agree with, and then you won your last 2. Do you think that maybe and you've said it all along, you think you're a contender in the division. Do you think your records may be a little bit misleading as just how dangerous you are?
Yeah, like I said, I don't pick my fights. I don't pick easy fights. I just take the fights that are given to me. That's our job to do. So, yeah, I mean, your record's gonna play a little bit of a part in that, but I could have sat out some of those fights, but I didn't. I'm here to fight, and I want to fight, so I'm happy no matter what. I don't care really about standings and ratings, but if they're going to rate fighters, I think they should rate them on their performances and the fights that they have won. But, again, media and politics play a big role in it, and, you just kind of got to roll with it and just hope that the fights keep coming, and I just keep taking them.
And you're the one coming into her home country. She's the one coming out of a title fight. She's the really ranked one. Do you think the pressure might be pretty much on her for this one?
Yeah, I think all my fights that I've gone into, I think all the pressure has been on the other fighter. I think I've been the underdog on every single fight I've taken, but I kind of go in with that kind of attitude. I mean, it's martial arts. Like, anything can happen. Someone can get hit. Everyone has a puncher's chance. So I think you just go in there with supreme confidence and believe in your training and what you can do. And as long as you do that, I think most of the time it goes in your favor.
Do you have a prediction of how this fight's going to go?
I have it's going to be a great fight, and I definitely think it's going to be a great night for me.